This is Luke Paulson, the Catholic Conservative, and welcome to the news of the week for
July 8th, 2023.
And if you enjoy these videos, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more.
Democrats do not respect SCOTUS. It is no secret that Democrats do not respect a court if it disagrees with them. Perhaps the worst example of this was from Andrew Jackson in 1831. When the Supreme Court ruled that he had to respect the treaty with the Indians as a nation, he reportedly said, "John Marshall has made his decision. Now let him enforce it." The implication is that, like Brandon, he did not respect the Supreme Court as a co-equal branch of government.
This is not a normal court.
It is only a normal court when the justices just agree with everything that his handlers told him to say. There are always going to be decisions that people disagree with, but this does not make the Supreme Court any less legitimate. The justices are appointed for life so that they cannot be swayed by every political wind. Harvard has decided that they will not be admitting students based on melanin alone. However, they will be admitting students if the student overcame racism.
What I propose for consideration is a new standard, where colleges take into account the adversity a student has overcome when selecting among qualified applicants.
So they will still be admitting students based on melanin, but now it is a whole separate legal issue. And so we are back at square one. No elections in Ukraine. From the very first virtue signal of highlighting avatars with the colors of the Ukraine flag, we have been told that we are fighting to preserve democracy in Ukraine, even though Zelensky is willing to shut down churches and now wants to run indefinitely. Lest you doubt me.
It is with great reluctance that I have agreed to this calling. I love democracy. I love the Republic. The power you give me, I will lay down when this crisis has abated.
Sorry, wrong clip. Here we go.
Чи будуть в Україні наступного року вибори?
Це ж питання глобальне. І якщо ми переможемо, то будуть. Значить, не буде військового часу, не буде війни. А вибори повинні проходити у мирний час, коли немає війни, згідно законодавства.
This was never about a fight for freedom. This is America getting involved in another international conflict that has nothing to do with us. Speaking of such conflicts, Afghanistan Withdrawal. The withdrawal from Afghanistan orchestrated by Brandon was a complete disaster. Even the liberal outlets are reporting on it. However, they may be trying to save face. You never really know about the fake news. They also note that the State Department's analysis was released right before the holiday weekend. While there is a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo, the short version is that the military and the State Department were not prepared for a worst-case scenario. Republicans are blaming the commander-in-chief, but Democrats are still going back to the last administration. Because of the disastrous pullout, the Taliban has access to American weaponry. Even if they cannot use it, the equipment would fetch a hefty price on the black market. Could anything have been done differently? Hindsight is 20/20, but I am not even a novice in this, and so I cannot say much else. Jesse Waters is next. Bill O'Reilly was fired from Fox News after multiple accusatory women came forward. The fact that we have not heard about any more in all of these years makes me want to say one thing.
Coincidence? I think not!
Did I agree with him every time? Not at all. However, like Lynn Beck before him, this was not about ratings. It was about damage control, since controlled opposition in the media can only stray so far. Now that Tucker Carlson is out of Fox News, there will soon be another. Since you read the title, there is not much use in making it a big reveal. Fox News will soon try to find an excuse to get rid of Jesse Waters.
'Twas never a matter of if, only when.
Canada expands euthanasia. There are a lot of things that you can do to be qualified as a pathetic country. Near the top of the list is having your doctors kill people rather than trying to cure them. Their government feels as if they have to do this because their socialized healthcare system is overloaded. It is easier to just kill patients rather than curing them. It started for adults that were near death anyways. Then, for adults who had no hope. Then it was for adults with too much mental strain. Now it is for all adults. Soon it will be for children. Even some socialist countries will refuse to provide medical care for children even if the parents can afford it. Their government will even forbid the child from leaving the country. The United States forcibly sterilized certain people. Canada may just go and start killing them. Use pronouns or be fined. I do not know much about Michigan, other than that it is one of the strangest looking states. Now, of course, you know that the latest version of hate speech is using the wrong pronouns. While I do not agree that hate speech should even be codified because it is so nebulous, there is a world of difference between threatening someone with violence and not using their preferred pronouns. People do not use my preferred adjectives, but you do not see me suing over that. Michigan is trying to pass a law making it a crime to not use someone's preferred pronouns. If enacted, people will be charged $10,000 over this nonsense. The First Amendment protects not just freedom of speech, but freedom from controlled speech. Will this get the governor's signature?
Only Poppins would know.
Updating birth certificates. When there is a lesbian couple in which one of them gives birth to the child, there is the question of how to fill out the birth certificate. For years, the state was putting the mom's name and her spouse for some reason. Indiana is updating the birth certificate so that only the real mother's name is on the official document. If this woman who provided no genetic information to the child truly wants to be on the form, she can legally adopt the child. Granted, this is immoral for another reason all to itself, but that is another topic for another day. Cocaine in the White House. As I am sure that you know by now, there was cocaine found in the White House. Most recently, we have been told that it was found near the door that is close to where the vice president parks.
Well, let me bring you up to date with the reporting that I have. What we have learned is that there are, in fact, 2 West Wing entrances. You know that, I know that, but for the benefit of our audience. And now the investigation has progressed, and so they're saying the West Executive entrance, which, as you noted, is closer to the Situation Room and closer to the Navy mess, where there's the facilities for food and so forth. It is also next to West Executive Drive. That's where, for example, the vice president's vehicle is parked.
Something tells me that Brandon's handlers realize that he is going down. They fear Kamala Harris running, and so they are trying to throw her under the bus. Then someone like Gavin Newsom can be selected for the office of president. Brandon controls the media.
Got a little riddle for you.
What happens when the president is able to control social media so that only approved information gets out? You get Operation Mockingbird. Operation Mockingbird is here to remind you to never question the official narrative. Circle back, Psaki admitted that there was control over social media by the White House. Now a judge has ordered the administration to cease contact with said companies during the investigation. Proving that there was a connection is something that a freshman law student could accomplish. Then the next step is seeing if it can be prosecuted.
Only Poppins would know.
Satellites control the weather. Brandon has proposed a giant satellite that will act as a shield to protect Earth from the sun's radiation. This is all in the name of stopping global warming. Global warming, something that will kill us all, even if the models never come to fruition. Even though the sun is vital to all life on Earth, and blocking the sun like this could cause entire ecosystems to collapse.
How dare you!
After all, speaking of satellites, the satellite data shows that the Earth is not even warming 1 degree Celsius, and there is no proof that this is from humanity or from coal. The Lost Squadron of Greenland has shown that the ice cores used to come up with these shifts in temperatures is bunk science. Even if this did do something, and it will not, even by the environmentalist logic, it delays the inevitable. And even if we could stop the inevitable and all live like cave people, unless both China and India agree to live in caves as well, and they will not, anything that America or the West does will be pointless. In short, the problem is non-existent. But even if the problem existed, it would be hopeless to do anything. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker, but that is just my opinion. And if you enjoyed this content, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. And also don't forget to follow me on social media.